Welcome to SlyMedia TV and welcome to this episode of the program where we are looking at the just ended by-elections, and we are inviting a number of candidates that participated in those by-elections to look at what really transpired. But let me say today we have Zivai Mhetu, who was campaigning and contesting in Epworth under the MDCT banner. And we are going to be talking to him about the goings on in the party MDCT. We know that on Friday, the National Executive Committee of the party had a meeting in Harare where a number of decisions were taken. But Zivai Mhetu, as the chairperson of Harare province, we are told that he was suspended. But he's saying, no, I was not suspended. And he's saying, Mwonzora must go. I was not beaten in the election that just ended, but it is because of the jacket that I was wearing that I could not garner enough votes. And we are going to be talking to him with regards to those issues. Let me also say to you, our listeners, to you, our viewers, go ahead, like our page, comment, send in your questions that we are going to read and send through to Zivai Mhetu to respond to those questions. And from the onset, let me say that I welcome you, Zivai, to SlyMedia, and thanks so much for coming. I want to start with the general outlook, but maybe before we do that, let's talk about last Friday. First, you are suspended. You are not suspended. Secondly, you were not allowed to have access to Harvest House for that meeting. Tell us what happened.
The truth about the matter is that I wanted to move a vote of no confidence on Douglas Mwonzora due to a number of things, not limited to his incompetency in leading such a big organization, abuse of funds, handpicking of candidates in the just ended by-elections. So I wanted to express my discontent through moving a motion of a vote of no confidence on Douglas Mwonzora. Unfortunately, he picked it, and he did his own research and discovered that had I entered in the National Council, surely a vote of no confidence was going to be passed against him. After having researched and discovered that, he then called riot police to come and support him so that I may not be given access to the meeting. He mobilized all Harare structures who are sympathetic to him. He also hired bouncers so that they can block me from entering the meeting. And he also mobilized all the youths in the party, and they were armed with sticks, logs, and all kinds of harmful objects, so that on the event that I managed to overpower the riot police, the bouncers, and the structures who were outside, I was going to meet my fate with the youths who were waiting for me on the event that I entered the meeting. I just want to say, if Mwonzora is that popular, he was supposed to let me in. He was supposed to do such an honorable thing to allow democracy to play its part, but now he blocked it, knowing that he is unpopular. On another note, he said, I am suspended, therefore I cannot be given access to the meeting. Unfortunately, there is no suspension letter which was served to me. A lot of journalists called me to say I should comment on the suspension. I told them that I am yet to be finished with the letter, and I cannot comment on the suspension issue because I don't even know the grounds why I have been suspended, and I can only comment based on the grounds in the letter.
Yeah, of course, you then say that Douglas Mwonzora mobilized the structures in Harare,
Yeah, sure.
Of which you are chairperson.
Yeah, sure.
Doesn't that show his popularity?
If
If he manages to come in your backyard and mobilize like that?
If you heard me clearly, or you want to rewind what I said, I said he mobilized the structures which are affiliated to him.
Okay.
There are some people who believe in his leadership, those whom we call the yes men, the uneducated, those people who don't think of tomorrow, they just think of yesterday and today. Those are the structures whom he mobilized.
And you don't believe in his leadership now? What has happened?
I've not been believing in his leadership for quite a long time, but I have been expecting him to change. If he wants to testify, the meetings which we have been doing at Harvest House, I was now snubbing a number of meetings because I had lost hope in him. Even when it comes to participating in Epworth by-election,
yes,
I was quite unwilling because I had lost faith in his leadership, especially on the issue of abuse of funds. It took him to lie to me to the effect that he will give me $10,000 to campaign in Epworth. And he said every MP is going to be 10,000 USD. And he said the party has got the capacity because we have got a grant, the government grant, which came in February. I accepted unwillingly. I accepted reluctantly. And he had to keep on calling me to say, have you submitted your papers at ZEC? He did that because he knew I accepted to participate in Epworth reluctantly. Many people in my party knows that I was against contesting in Epworth due to the state of the party. I accepted out of respect. And I did not just accept because he was going to give me 10,000. My budget for Epworth campaign was 50,000. And him giving me 10,000 means I was going to top up 40,000. That he gave me 1,000 RTGS. I plunged 50,000 in my campaign. And I don't regret that because the reason why we look for money, we want to use it on things that makes us happy. Campaigning in Epworth, representing the people of Epworth, makes me happy. And I don't regret ever using that money. And it's not huge to me because it gives me happiness.
Obviously, a lot of people are going to ask when you say you plunged 50,000 into the campaign, they're going to be asking you the things that you did with that money. That is a reflection of at least some development taking place in the area.
I bought campaign vehicles,
okay,
food, regalia, fuel, campaign material in the form of posters, flyers, and the like. And all that managed to exhaust the 50,000 which I budgeted for Epworth. Now there is a misunderstanding between campaigning and developing the area. I wanted to represent the people of Epworth so that we can develop our area. But when we talk of campaigning, my campaign lasted 2 months. And in those 2 months, it was serious business of trying to lure the people's votes. There is no development which we can talk about in just 2 months. But it was rigorous campaigning. And I've got receipts to that effect, which equates to 50,000, which I used in Epworth during my campaign.
So earlier you spoke about the fact that had you been allowed access into the National Executive meeting that was held on Friday, you would have moved a motion,
a vote of no confidence.
Vote of no confidence.
Sure.
And you say it would have passed. Now, how possible is that when you also say that Douglas Mwonzora had called in people that are sympathetic to him?
I said these people, the clueless people who happens to be in the lower structures.
They don't, the ones in the national executive.
They don't understand politics. Politics is understood by higher structures. Those are the people who know secrets of the party. Those are the people who understand real politics. The lower structures are vanazimutevere. They are just used. And even in those vanazimutevere, my followership is actually more than his. Because I just mobilized one constituency where I come from, Epworth, the lower structures. When they came at Harvest House, they cried to say, Mhetu, why are you bringing all these people here? Even the spokesperson, Witness Duve, went on to say, vauya vachiimba chanting slogan vachita zvinonyadzisira. Zvinonyadzisira zvei? These people came.
What was the motive? What was the motive, Mhetu, of you mobilizing people from Zimbabwe to come to Africa?
I just wanted to show them my political prowess, because what they did is the provincial chairperson, the youth page chairperson, came to my office, and he said, I've been assigned by the president to mobilize a lot of people who will defend you tomorrow in the National Council, because we have heard that there are some people who want to block you from accessing the National Council. So the president said, no, it's not good. Talk to Mhetu, mobilize all structures so that they may come and defend him. So as the youth chairperson, the provincial chairperson was saying this, I was looking at him right straight in the face. And I picked that these structures whom they want me to participate in mobilizing, they are actually being invited to militate against me.
Yourself, yeah.
Yeah. So I said to the provincial chairperson youth, sorry, I understand that the president has requested that you mobilize people who will defend me tomorrow. Unfortunately, I am not even coming to that meeting. So there is no reason for you to invite the people who will come and defend me, because I'm not going to attend the meeting anyway.
Is there bad blood between yourself and Douglas Mwonzora?
No. It's purely business. And the business has to do with politics. It's purely due to my heart for the success for the MDCT. It's purely due to defending the legacy left by Morgan Richard Changirai that I hoped to bring back the glory of the MDC. That is the reason why I am in clashes with Douglas Mwonzora. But even though they haven't tendered the suspension letter to me, I call it quit. I'm no longer interested in the party, because I had already said it to myself, if we fail to push Mwonzora out of this party in the National Council, I will step down, because I cannot be part of such a shameful organization. The MDC organization actually tarnishes my good image, and I cannot be found to be associating with such a shameful organization. Had we removed Douglas Mwonzora, we were going to take the MDC back to its glory. But that I failed. I call it quit.
Okay, so I want us to be clear here. Zivai Mhetu, as he is speaking to me today, is saying that he is no longer MDCT.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. It sounds to me like you say Douglas Mwonzora, the person of Douglas Mwonzora, is a non-performer.
Sure. There is evidence to that effect. We received a grant in February to the tune of about 245 million. And
245 million RTGS, yes.
And I heard that, yeah, don't quote me, I heard, I do not have evidence to this.
Okay.
I heard that they bought US dollars to the tune of 780,000 cash. But right now, as I speak, they failed to pay polling agents. Yeah, I was a candidate. Polling agents were not paid, even until today. Other political parties, I heard they paid their polling agent. Where is the money?
So these are clearly serious accusations and allegations put at Mwonzora to say that there is abuse of funds. Now, obviously, when you say that, someone will say you have the burden of proof. You should prove to us that there is abuse of funds.
That's why I said, what I am saying is not what I saw, but what I heard. About the grant, I'm not there to bring evidence that it was exactly 245 million. I'm relying on information in the media that the grant was in the tune of 245 million.
No, I understand that. I'm talking about the issue of abuse of the funds. You say clearly that polling agents were not paid.
Polling agents were not paid. It's evidence enough. The rally we held at Zimbabwe grounds, they sent a proof of payment of 150,000 RTGS to our Harare provincial office to the effect that we have deposited money in your account. So for the rally to succeed, kindly find someone whom you can borrow at least 500 US, you fuel vehicles, and then when the money reflects, you pay back. We borrowed $500 from a party member. We fueled our vehicles and went on the roadshow.
Yeah.
Then the money did not reflect.
So
They sent
so
a
you still owe.
They sent a fake proof of payment. That's fraud. Now, the person now requested her money.
Who sent that proof?
This one, Todd.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
the
position?
director in the Treasury Department.
Okay.
So when this party member wanted her money, we referred her to the Treasury. Yeah, I personally referred her to Dr. Tapiwa Mashakada. And Dr. Mashakada said, unfortunately, the grant has been exhausted. We have got 0 in our party account.
So MDCT
we
is broke.
So we are not able to pay $500. So you better refer that person to the president himself. I referred the lady by the name Rutendo Kawadza to the president. And there, the chief of staff gave her $100. And the chief of staff said, this $100 is coming from my personal money. And if the party is to have money in the future, I will need my $100 back. And there is 400 balance. Nothing
Yes, come
came.
yet.
Until the lady said, I am going to confiscate all the property in the Harare provincial office.
And
And I said, there is nothing I can do. A provincial chairperson does not operate in a vacuum. I have my superiors. They send a fake proof of payment, and they are the owners of the party. They have failed to pay you back your money. You want to confiscate our property. Will I be able to stop you?
so has she done so?
Yes. She came in our offices and she took all the computers, the printers, and everything. And she walked out of Harvest House with those things. Right now, as I speak, the Harare province office is just empty. There is nothing, only a desk which she couldn't carry. This is what is in the office.
Otherwise, had she been able, she
If
would
she
have
had
taken
the money,
everything.
she could have taken everything. So now I'm saying the party received the government grant in February.
Yeah.
And in March, it is failing to pay
It's finished.
a $500 debt. And our equipment has been confiscated by a party member. Is it not evidence enough that there is abuse of funds?
Okay. We also want to deal with the question that you spoke about earlier, that people were mobilized to bar you from entering Harvest House. And you say some were armed with sticks and all sorts of things. Is this an indication of the DNA of the party, MDCT? Is it not?
It is not the first time for us to witness this, of course, but we cannot say because it has been a bad culture, let's carry on with it. No.
But
We
it
have to
tells
change
us of a DNA of the party to say this is the culture in the party.
It has been a culture in the party, and some people have been doing it through different methods. I mean, the culture in the party has been responding violently to voice of dissent. And in this case, the party has responded also violently to a voice of dissent. And I took it upon myself to challenge Douglas Mwonzora and not to chicken out like what these other party members did. Why did I took it upon myself? I wanted to change the culture, but it's like the culture is still continuing. I have left the party. Those who are still with the MDC, let them take it upon themselves to cleanse the party. If they don't, then it means they are also same.
So before you left the party, obviously you say that you wanted to move Mwonzora away from the
Sure,
seat or
sure.
the leadership position.
Sure.
And who had you
In mind.
in mind?
I understand. I understand. I was convinced that Mwonzora is a spent force, and with him we are going nowhere. And that inner conviction, many party members had it also. So my main agenda was to move a vote of no confidence so that Mwonzora goes. I was going to ask the National Council to come up with a suitable replacement. I didn't have a suitable replacement.
You
in
didn't
mind.
have any name.
I didn't have. But the National Council is the highest decision-making body in between Congress, was supposed to come up with a suitable replacement who could take the party to National Congress.
Were you ambitious for the position yourself?
I was not ambitious, and I had no dream to lead the MDC. Had the National Council appointed me, I don't even know whether I was going to take it or not. But it was never, ever in my mind.
So in hindsight, we saw that there were squabbles in the from 2016, 2014. Actually, after the passing of Morgan Tsvangirai, squabbles started over leadership issues. And when you look at that in hindsight, do you think that as a politician yourself, you made serious miscalculations to then join or remain part of MDCT led by Mwonzora?
Okay, my main issue to remain in the MDCT led by Douglas Mwonzora, it was an attachment with the legacy left by Morgan Richard Tsvangirai. We have got a lot of our relatives and friends who got killed, maimed in political violence against the ZANU-PF. The 2002, the 2008 long sleeve, short sleeve. So this is what made me to remain attached to Morgan Richard Tsvangirai's legacy. And my hope was that once we happen to win elections and be the next government, all the people whom we lost in political related issues would be our war veterans and would be our heroes, and their families will have to receive compensation. I was quite a bit skeptical about a new formation, whether it will be able to recognize such heroes and heroines. So that's the main reason why I opted to go with Douglas Mwonzora. But personally, I knew very well that he did not have the capacity to lead the party. However, I hoped that through legal and constitutional means, we were going to make him step down in the rightful time. That's why I then decided to move a motion of a vote of no confidence, which I knew very well that we were going to win. But when it comes to the ordinary Congress, I was quite doubtful that we will be able to remove Douglas Mwonzora through Congress, because I know that he's going to rig the National Congress. He's going to put his security, he's going to bar people. Remember at that time Coupe was slapped and this and that. So this is what is going to happen at the National Congress. But at the National Council, I knew very well that he was going to go.
Do you regret the decisions that you took?
I don't regret, because before I do anything, I think and I consult. So even in this, I thought and I consulted widely, and the majority of National Council members gave me a green light to move a vote of no confidence on him. I am standing for the truth that party funds are being abused, and the qualities of the leader, he is quite incompetent. He is not after growing the party, but destroying it. So I couldn't wait and see such a big organization being brought down by one person.
Obviously, Zivai, as a national executive member, you would know
National Council member.
National Council member.
Yeah.
You would know things that happen behind doors and corridors. There have been accusations that the MDCT, led by Mwonzora, is sleeping with ZANU-PF. And I want to believe that you could have come across some of those exchanges between your party and ZANU-PF. Is that anything to go by?
Like I said earlier on, it is an undisputed fact that Douglas Mwonzora dines with the ZANU-PF.
Okay.
As a senior leader in this MDC, I would want to tell you that whenever Douglas Mwonzora would address rallies, he would be busy attacking Nelson Chamisa, and he would never comment negatively on ZANU-PF. the failures of government to pay teachers, the failure of government to pay nurses, the failure and all other failures of government, he would never touch on them, but he would be busy hammering Nelson Chamisa. That's all I can say with regards to the fact that Douglas Mwonzora is an appendage of ZANU-PF.
Why didn't you take him to task as senior officials in the party?
As senior officials in the party, personally, I shared these sentiments with him. The responses that I got from him, I don't think I can share them on camera. No.
But you have nothing to lose now. You're no longer part of the party.
I have nothing to lose.
You can share with us.
I have nothing to lose. Yes, of course. I have nothing to lose, of course. But I have something to hide.
The viewers want to know these things.
As a senior leader, there are some things that I can share with the viewers and listeners, and there are some things which I cannot share because I am a leader. I am a senior. I have been a senior leader in the MDC. I will be a senior leader in some other organization tomorrow. If I just say I am fully convinced that Douglas Mwonzora dines with ZANU-PF because he always attacks Nelson Chamisa at rallies and he doesn't want to critique Mnangagwa, that's evidence enough. But if you want to push me further as a senior leader, I can now tell you that at this point he did this, at this point he did this, at this point he did this. But now as a senior leader, I cannot do that.
Actually, that's what we want, because our viewers, seriously, they want to know. You see, these have been accusations without evidence that Douglas Mwonzora is an appendage or dines with ZANU-PF. But since we have someone who was part of the organization, who is no longer part of that organization, you can tell us some of these things. Not everything, but some of these things.
Sure. I've been a part of MDC. Tomorrow I might be part of Perfect Strongane organization, political party. Tomorrow I might be part of my own political party. You understand?
Are you planning on?
No, I'm not, but I'm just saying anything is possible because the circumstances change.
Right.
And when it comes to the issue of divulging secrets, we can divulge some light secrets, which
give us
understandable by people.
Give us the lighter ones.
The lighter ones, listen, the lighter ones are that whenever Douglas Mwonzora comes on podium, he is found to be busy attacking Nelson Chamisa.
You know, I thought you were going to tell me that we had a meeting, or he had a meeting somewhere with some ZANU-PF top officials, and as an indicator that he's dining with ZANU-PF. Because as it stands, yes, he goes on to the podium, he attacks Nelson Chamisa. Probably it's because of the difference in ideology. He could be having an ideology that is closer to ZANU-PF's.
No, is MDC moved from its values and principles? We are a social democratic party. We are a labor movement. And I have given an example of the workers who are being ill-treated, and he didn't comment anything on that.
Regards that.
Yes.
Now, Mhetu, let's move on to, we know that you have left the party, like you have said.
Yes.
Where to from now? Are you intending on joining CCC? Are you intending on joining ZANU-PF? Are you intending on joining any other political party for that matter?
Currently, I'm taking a short sabbatical leave, and soon after, I will inform you of my next move. Yeah, but now I have got nothing completely, totally. I have got nothing to do with the MDC, and I just want to appreciate people from MDC who said, Chairman, wherever you go, we are going with you. We are waiting for you to show us direction. I told those people to calm down and relax, because they might be in anger, and tomorrow they might have changed their position. So the reason why I said I will announce my next move in a short while, I don't move alone. I move with my people.
Okay.
And I want them also to calm down, so that if I take stock, I want to see whether I will find all the numbers I have right now, or they would have dwindled, or they would have increased. Once I count the numbers, then I sit down with such people and we map way forward together.
2023 is around the corner, and obviously we want to know, are you going to be contesting in 2023, maybe as an independent?
I'm not desperate for power.
Okay.
What moves me and what pushes me to play politics is to improve the quality of life for the ordinary people. So in as much as I would want to contest next year in order to improve the quality of life for people, if it fails, no hard feelings. And at the moment, I do not know whether to participate or to contest in next year's elections or not, either as independent or under any political party. I am not yet decided with regards to that.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me also say that to those that are watching, we are going to be reading your questions. We are going to read your comments and allow Zivai Mhetu here to respond to those questions. I will start with Chipogavaya. Chipogavaya says, uchenjere kuiswa muvhani yamapurisa iwe Mhetu wabaya moyo wa ED. The other one says, you were supposed to chill, Mhetu. This is from Rangai Chinyangara. Then Fungai Gumbu says, zvose zvaari kutaura manyepo ari kurwadziwa nekudyiwa. Even after he contested akapfeka bhachi rachamisa 2018, akangopfapfaidzwa wani, ane ropa risingadiwi nevanhu chete, ngaatibvirepo. Fungai Gumbu again says, MDC yakatokwana, hauna chaunoshaya, unoda kuona makompyuta, anoda kuona makompyuta ngaasvike amaone timuratidze. So those are some of the questions, the comments from our viewers here. And one of them is that you are lying to us that the computers were confiscated.
Makompyuta akatorwa na Rutendo, and akatoabhukisa ku-security down there. It's only that they block people from entering there. Kana kuri kuti pane any security official anoda kuva honest, anototaura kuti Rutendo kawadza akatodzika aine macomputers iwawo. And inini I was even called to say zvinhu zvaakutorwa ku-office. Ndikati I am aware of the matter, and I have got communication in my phone yenyaya iyoyo, although zvimwe zvaitwa through ma voice calls. But ndikatsvaka ma-message e-communication andakaita na chairman we-province wemayouth, ndinokwanisa kutoiwana achitotaura kuti kuonaimi Rutendo akutora ma-computers ku-office chairman muri kuti chi. Nditopindurawo ndichiti there is nothing we can do. She is being owed by the party. We have failed to pay her. Saka kana afunga kuti iye atore chi ma-computers, then that's it. And vamwe vacho no
vati hanzi 2018 wanga wakapfeka bhachi rachamisa asi wakapfapfaidza.
I did not contest in 2018 elections. I did not. So whatever they are saying, they are misguided. If you go on the ballot paper, vakaparticipate in 2018 elections, my name is not even there. And ari kuda kuedza kutaura about the primary election in Epworth. That's what I participated in the primary election. Yes, and actually the primary election I won it, but due to the squabbles, internal fights which were in the MDC back then led by Nelson Chamisa, I was not found to be a preferred candidate.
Is this the point where you then decided to side with Mwonzora?
No, I told you that siding with Mwonzora was due to the effect of my attachment to the legacy of Morgan Richard Chankrai, but in as much as there is a little bit of a contribution on the outcome of the primary elections. What happened before the death of the late Morgan Richard Chankrai, Kupe, Mwonzora, Mudzuri, Douglas Kupe, Mwonzora, Mudzuri, Chamisa, they all wanted to take the leadership from Morgan Richard Chankrai. I happened to be in support of Engineer Elias Mudzuri. So when Chamisa succeeded to take over the reins of the party, you also know that as a leader, you would want to put people who have been paying their allegiance to you closer. And I fell victim of that primary election because of my links with Elias Muzuri and the support which I gave him prior to the demise of Morgan Richard Changirai. So my failure to lead Epworth in the primary election was not based on the people of Epworth, but it was closely managed by the party. I don't know if you are getting my point.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
So nobody can say I lost primary elections in Epworth. I won primary elections in Epworth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on. And Tavita Tapera says Fungai Gumbu, or is responding to other one. Tanata Farai Tinago, as of us CCC, we don't care what happens. We just need those two people who voted for you. Then Allen Mabikira says, we are not Urwara. Wellington Kwaramba, Natasha Nati Nyamugama. Dagi aingoda chibhegi chezanu chete, mari ya id yakapusa kudya. Okay, then Shingrai Munua says ini hangu according to me Zivai uyo zvari kutaura inhema dzoga dzoga. Skola Masego Uzundu direction huyai ku CCC cause uriwega hauna chaunoita iwe. Then the other one, before I give you time to respond, says is Delight Sean Wenjere, Chief Ava Vakunyanya Kubapa Media ndo inonzi political suicide. Yeah, those comments. The other one says what you are doing is political suicide.
In their own point of view. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in their point of view. Everyone is right in their own way, but only time will tell. So if what I'm doing is political suicide, it's political suicide on my political future. And I have no one to blame on that. And on this person who said Zivai ari kunyepa, ndo vaya vanagudza mudungwe vatambotaura, because anofana kutaura kuti Zivai ari kunyepa pane each so that I could be able to respond to that.
Yeah.
Then this one said iwe uchaiswa muchivhani na Mnangagwa. If Mnangagwa is to crush a voice of dissent, it means zvimavhani zvacho anototenga ari millions, because there are many people who always speak the truth. There are many people who attack Mnangagwa, who criticize him, who critique him. And in this case, I said Douglas Mwonzora dines with ZANU-PF. If it qualifies once, kuti aiswe muchivhani, then let it be.
Okay. You can win Epworth a seat under a CCC. Mukomanga vangouya ku CCC cause kwadagi honestly hakuna chimuko. Dai uri umwe wapfeka apologize kuna President Chamisa uite hako member. Then Justice Gotami Muchaneta Ndex Boss Pandemic. These are others that you have sent in their contributions and questions. Then Stallon Mashairi, uyai kune vanhu vaMhetu CCC ichechi yepanze aizare mukoma ava vapera zvavo semukuru wavo Dagi, hamuna kwamunoenda. Come and join CCC. Fungai Jeffius Mutaviri. So those are some of the contributions from are you kwanza apologies?
Apologizing to who?
To Chamisa. Well, that's what they feel you must do, to then come and join CCC.
To apologize to him saying what?
I don't know.
I also don't know.
So you
Can I come to you, Perfect Chungwane, and say I'm sorry? I don't know your political party. It could be Zoom or whatever.
Sorry that you had gone with the other faction of MDC.
No, it cannot be. One cannot apologize to say sorry, I have gone with another faction, because we have got freedom of choice. if I think ZimPF is better and I go with the ZimPF,
Yeah.
is there a need to say, sorry, I
to
moved
anyone.
with the ZimPF? No. And there are change of circumstances. At that moment, when I moved with the MDC, I thought it was the best
Yeah.
thing to do. Now I found that it is not the best thing. It was not the best thing to do. Is there reason for somebody to apologize? You apologize after having wronged someone, not that you have made a choice to go with A and not B, and then you go and say, sorry, I had to move with A instead of B, so I'm sorry. No. If I'm to join CC, it's just going there and say, guys, can I join you? Or they can also send an invitation to me to say, if you are to be part of us, I think we would be stronger. Would you? Then I say yes or no.
Okay. The last messages that I'm going to read before we wrap up. Zikamai Risnamo says, how can a normal person support Dagi? Another one says, but honestly, maitevera Dagi muchite muri kuite ina Dagi maindi epi.
Listen, I did not say I followed Douglas. I said I wanted to defend and prop the legacy left by Morgan Richard Chankrai. In front of me, ndangati singaoni Dagi, ndaiona the legacy of Morgan Chankrai kuti ienderere mberi. Ndataura nenyaya even the compensation of the victims of political violence. Saka imi muri kuti ndaiona Dagi. No, ndandisingaoni Dagi. Ndaiona Chankrai.
Okay.
Nemunhu anogona kunge aine ma-qualities aChankrai ekuita take this movement afar.
Okay.
Saka where are you getting this Douglas thing kuti ndakatevera Dagi anobvubvira ndakatevera Dagini?
Zivai Mhetu says adina kumbobvira ndakatevera Dagi. And now someone says Emmanuel Makubaba says when he says he used 50K, was it RTGS or US?
Can we talk of RTGS in this time and age? Ndo vana budza mudungwe vasingazivi zvavanoita. We don't talk about money in RTGS tisingazotauri in USD. Kana ndati 50,000 it's 50,000 USD.
Yeah.
Kana ndatoti 50,000 isiri USD ndinotoenderera mberi to say RTGS.
You know the questions keep on coming. Kwanza kaiweona ma-qualities atsvangirei muna Dagi here?
No.
So why did you?
Andanga ndisingaoni Dagi mberi kwangu. Munhu iwewe
Anonzi let me anonzi tapiwa kutama.
Tapiwa kutama dai wanga uri muEpworth patai campaign. Uchange
actually it's Hidhampof, sorry.
Hidhampof dai wanga uri muEpworth patai campaign.
Yeah.
Waipupurirana neni kuti tanga tisingaiti slogan ya Mwonzora. Kana munhu akati Mwonzora woita ito munyaradza kuti iwe wakuti konzeresa kuti tiluze ma-elections iwe. Isusu hatisi kutaura nezvaMwonzora, tiri kutaura nezvaMorgan Tsvangirai. Ende ma-reports akatobva kuEpworth achienda kuHarvest House kuti Mhetu haasi kutaura nezvaMwonzora, ari kutoti vanhu musataura nezvaMwonzora. About 3 occasions dzakauya vanhu vakapfeka ma-t-shirts aMwonzora tichivakururisa kuEpworth. Tichapfekedza amwe red. Because takazviita ta midway of our campaign. Because tichitanga campaign yedu zvesvikwawo taiti Mwonzora. Then vanhu vakati munonyura tokunyudza imose imimi kuti mutombowana mavhotsi mashoma. Tinyeperei kutoti Dagi hapo. And that's what we did. Kuwana those 745 votes. Inyaya yekuti tanga takuudza vanhu kuti MDC ya Tsvangirai. Zvadhaki izvi. Mambomuona here ari paballot next year.
Okay.
Kana mamuona ari paballot next year makuzoti vanhu vaMwonzora. But kana musina muona next year isusu tiri vanhu vaTsvangirai. I remember one woman takatomuti tiri MDC zvikanzi yechinja yeready yaTsvangirai ndokuvhoterai. Ndobva tamupa flyer pacorner store. Tichimutambidza flyer tindokuvhoterai pane chimwe chidhakwa changa chiri paside chikati ndevaMwonzora avo. The women akabati matitira Mwonzora zvikanzi futsake bvaye pano ndobva tanga kubvarura flyer yandokuisa pasi ndobva aritsika zvakaitika campaign team yangu tese takatarisa ndiri mupick-up yangu imwe campaign team iri muchirori tese takadaiwo but havana achashamisika because takati tiri kuzviziva kuti chi ndozviri kuitika. Come 2023 I feel sorry for vanhu vari muMDC yaMwonzora. Nyangwe mukawana 1 PR chaichaika tototi kuna Mwari kudenga munowana 0 imi ndokuudza chokwadi naMwonzora uyu oh I swear rekodha yevidhiyo iyi muchaona 2023 MDC muri kuwana 0 president wenyu 0 ma-MPS muri kuwana 0 makansela ese muri kuwana 0 and also we failed as a party to field my candidates by-elections what more next year? I doubt if they will be able to field even half of my candidates anodiwa half ndovaomberera maoko kana kuvatengera mombe chaivo. They are not going
if they field half you will buy a beast for them.
Yekuti vaite party yekuti at least MDC yakwanisa kufiuda half of my candidates because I know kuti hakuna chinhu hakuna chiriko vanhu vakangogarawo pasi vakakomberana chitunha.
Okay, we are coming to the end and to the wrap of our program, and we want to say to you, Mhetu, since you said you're not going to be telling us the way forward now, you will be telling us in the near future. We're going to respect that and allow you to do that.
Yeah.
But let me just end it by saying, since Friday, have you managed to speak to Douglas Mwonzora?
There is no need.
There is no need?
Yeah. If I am to speak to Douglas Mwonzora, there is no need at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Why should I?
No, that's okay. I thought you were going to, since you people were working together, you would say, this is where I have decided to quit the party.
If he calls me, I will answer, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are not going to call him?
Why should I call him?
Okay. There is the last question on political tolerance in this country. As a player yourself in the just ended by-elections, we want you to talk to us about tolerance of divergent views.
We are still far, but my issue is that as opposition political parties, we should show to be respecting democracy, tolerating divergent views, so that we can be able to face the government to say, look, as opposition political parties, we are leaving room for democracy, we are leaving room for tolerance, justice, equality, peace, freedom, and as the ruling party, why can't you take a leaf from us? But now, if we are to confront the ruling party to say, why can't you give room to democracy? Look, there is political violence. They destroyed my campaign vehicles in Epworth. They were destroyed by youths from ZANU-PF. If you are to confront the youths from ZANU-PF to say, why is your party like that? They say, and also your party, why is it like that? Makarohwa paharvest house, munorambidzwa kupinda ipapo, muri kuitwa this and that. Zvatangoitawo kwamuri, ndo zvamuri kutongoitwa kwamuri ukoko. Why are you like that? So ndikuti our opposition political leaders, they are making our life very difficult. They should lead by example. Mazano achona anenge achiti nyangwe mimi tikakupai nyika, zvatiri kukuitai ndo zvamuchangotiitawo futi, because mimi muri kutoitana kwenyu ikoko mega mega kuzoti takupai ma-apparatus ekuti maybe mavane some kind of control over the state apparatus. Munogona kutotipukuta tese tikatosura tatofa muchita like mosquito, because kana muchidaro musina
in your own house,
musina power, kuzoti mane power. That's what they say. And zvinonyadzisa. Inini hangu, my humble call for opposition political leaders, ngatiedzei kuti tisaita violence within our own political parties. Ngatiedzei kuti tisaita vote rigging in our primary elections. Let's respect the people's views, the people's will. Ngairespectwe kuitira kuti tive nekutenda kwokuti tikazotungamira nyika tichange tichiitira zvizvarwa zveZimbabwe zvakanaka.
That's Zivai Mhetu. They are speaking to us about what transpired, what happened this last Friday, and also talking to us about the elections, the by-elections that we just had as a country. He also touched on issues of 2023 elections that are forthcoming. But most importantly, he says, I'm no longer part of MDCT. he is no longer part of the opposition MDCT. He has called it quits, and he says he will be notifying, after consulting the constituency, people around him, his supporters, he will be notifying us of the next move. My name is Perfect Hlongwane. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to have a lot of such discussions here on SlyMedia TV, and we want to thank you so much for your contributions and your comments. Have a good day.